of it in trust, so that exempt, so that resulted in a $2 million reduction. As far as the 2022 sales data, there were roughly 3,000 sales reviewed. Of those, 951 were valid residential sales. Last year, we're at about 95.6%. Residential this year are 89.74%. There were 74 valid commercial sales, the ratio of about 85.2%. Overall ratio estimated to be about 88.6. So right after revaluation market, we're looking at being out of compliance and starting the clock ticking for another reval in 5 years.
That's got to be the fastest in history.
Unless the market changes,
For
obviously.
clarification, that means we're
Last time
low,
around, we
right?
had the ups and
Yes, not
downs.
too high.
So I don't see that happening this time around. I think it's just gonna be a slow increase. And because we did push for regular revaluations, we have already planned for one in 2027. Any questions?
How many taxpayers did we have come into open book to review the assessment data?
Offhand, we had quite a few calls, but I think overall, I would say probably less than 100.
Okay. I think that pretty much covers everything under H. I would entertain a motion to accept examination of the rolls and the assessor's report.
Second.
Do we have a motion?
Yep.
Oh,
Second.
Second, okay.
Yeah, there's
All in favor?
no errors.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
If we have any taxpayers that want to examine the roll, doesn't appear that there are any, but the last one, taxpayers may examine the assessment data. If there was any here and wanted to see it.
No, that's, here today. I asked him if there, came in to review the rolls, which I thought would take care of that.
I think so too, but if there was anybody here today, but
Okay.
I don't believe there,
Yeah, it's-
you can ask, but
Is there anybody here today that would like to examine the assessment data? Hearing none, okay. Move on to the next issue. Do we have any requests for waiver of the 45-hour notice of intent to file?
40, just to clarify.
48-hour notice.
So,
I have not received any that I'm aware of to present to
yeah,
you.
I have not received any either, but just to let you know, there are currently 3 objections that I've received, and this is as of an hour ago, 8:30, in my office, either in person or via email. The first, and I have given the objections, the packets to the board members and Mr. Druzicki and Mr. Sharp. I will email you these before Thursday. So we have one, Mr. Gigot, that came in at 118 South Adams. I received his on the 11th. Then I have another one, which is incomplete, but that is at 645 South Irwin and 0 South Irwin. Those I received also on the 11th, but incomplete. Then the last one I have is for 410 Prairie, Buckeye Terminals, and I received that on the 12th, so.
None of these are 48 hours, but they're all gonna have phone numbers. We look at it.
So those all complied, right, within the 48-hour time? Okay. We haven't
They didn't
received.
really apply as far as the objection form being completed. So the Friars Place is not complete, so I would suggest that we don't schedule a hearing for them since they didn't do what they're required to do as far as the objection goes.
We're just hearing waivers right now, so,
Yeah.
just waivers.
So, wait, what?
He just said because it's not complete, that we don't
You don't waive it?
schedule them for an objection. This
Okay.
is just waivers of the 48-hour notice, of which we don't have any.
Okay, got it.
As far as the incomplete one, I think we should wait till the taxpayer or the property owner shows up and then rule on that.
Thursday.
you know, rather than do that now, so.
Well, if we do that, we're not getting the information that we require to do our case. That's why we're asking for the information, so that we can prepare a case.
So I think we'll get to that under J, consideration of
Yeah.
possible action on notices of intent to file.
Yeah, I'm not saying we should hear the case. I'm saying we should wait till the property owner gets here to tell them we're not gonna hear the case because the form was not completed properly. So that we have a record of that when the taxpayer or the property owner is present. Okay, do we have any requests, for, appeal directly to circuit court
I too.
that we're aware of right now?
From the
Well, my
clerk's
office would be
perspective,
asking.
I don't have any. Sorry.
You don't have any?
Mr. Schwant. From the clerk's perspective, I don't have any.
Okay,
The assessor's office is requesting that the Buckeye Terminal be waived directly to circuit court.
okay, and we'll further discuss that on Thursday then, when they're present. Request for any telephone or sworn written statements. Do we have any requests for those?
We have 4,
Yes,
to my knowledge.
Yes, we do. We have 4. One for the, sorry. 118 South Adams, 12-130 parcel number. Then 645 South Irwin, 17-448. And then 0 South Irwin, 17-44. And then finally, that last one, 410 Prairie,
One at a time.
which is parcel number 18-4.
Are those all telephone?
They felt that they completed the form
There's
for
no written, yes.
telephone or written testimony.
Okay. Ready?
They had to mark one or the other on the form. We can take it one or, yeah, it's fine, but one isn't marked, you're fine. We can take them one at a time, if you'd like.
Okay, let's do that.
Just pick which one you'd like to start
Do the
with.
first one, 12-130.
Well, do we know do we know the reasons for that, though? Don't we need to
They
have
should
the
either-
property owner tell us why they need to do that? I think we do.
Yep, so
So I
they,
don't think we can do that.
no, it's in the form. So they can either have been, I'm sorry, Mr. Asher, they can have either filled out the form, we read it as is. If they're here to be asked questions, great. If not, you all make a decision based on the information in the form.
Okay, so do I have those? Are they?
I can hand them to you too. Which address did you want to start with, clerk?
12-130,
12-130.
that's 118 South Adams.
Got it.
Oh, well, that one I do have, I think.
Right here. This person didn't check one, but stated there, if you want to read what he put in his form. You can read it out loud if you'd like, but these aren't in the packet, obviously, because we,
Everything's there.
and there's, on that one.
Yeah, only
Oh. Do the guys online have the packet? In the Zoom?
they don't.
Yeah, so I just asked them to read it out loud.
Well, this,
You want to read the information out loud?
well, I'm trying to figure out why okay, it says, well, number one, it doesn't say whether it's telephone or not, because that box isn't checked, but it says contaminated soil, DNR, open case, can't sell the building, though I have tried, subjects,
No, 5 buyers have changed their minds.
I think that was perhaps they meant the request for their valuation point and not their request to testify by phone.
Right.
yeah, so where's their,
That's the completed packet, that's the information we received.
So I believe you can accept or reject whatever reason he provides.
I can review the criteria if you'd like.
yeah, I guess as a comment, I don't see anything in there that would indicate why we should accept the telephone testimony rather than in person. There's nothing in that statement that would indicate. Any other discussion on that? Would anybody else like to offer anything?
This sounds quite similar to one where we had a gentleman call in from Florida. And it seemed like it was contaminated soil as well.
When, you said we did have one
I believe we did, yes,
last year?
yes.
Maybe we,
So this person is from Green Bay. Do you want me to go over the criteria?
yeah, the
Need to
other thing
read
too is
the letter.
the person, the property owner is from Green Bay. Mark Jago, from Green Bay, so this isn't the person that needs to call from Florida. Any other discussion on the motion to allow telephone testimony?
I think wise precedent would
We
be
don't have one.
to require a reason that the telephone be required. And I think in the Florida case, there was hurricane fallout. So I think that had been even added as a reason. In this case, no reason's even been suggested. And I think, if we allow that, then we sort of create a precedent of, you just feel like you can call for each one, that's fine.
Right. Any other discussion? Okay, I would entertain a motion.
Either to grant the request or deny the request.
Make a motion to deny the request.
Okay, we have a motion to deny the request. Do we have a second?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Certainly. Actually, Lacey, can you turn my mic on so I don't forget?
Okay. Can you-
Again, your exercise up and down,
you know.
up and down.
Just gonna have to
You
move.
have to use the mouse because.
Oh, I have to use the mouse? It's not touchscreen? Thank you.
There we go.
You just can
Okay.
laugh that I was
Okay.
trying to touch the screen.
Okay, Mr. Asia?
Nay. I mean, yay.
Aye, yes,
Aye,
yes,
aye.
Yes means you deny it, no
Yeah.
means you approve it.
I was thinking. I
Mr.
denied.
Drewswicki?
Aye.
Mr. Sharp?
Aye.
Mr. Blumrick?
Aye.
Okay, that's 4-0 to deny.
Okay. Okay,
We'll move on to the next one. What was the next address?
The next
Stephen?
one is the Friar House Flats. So there are two of them, 17, the first one is 645 South Irwin, parcel number 17-448. And then the second one for Friar House Flats is, 0 South Irwin, parcel number 17-444. So let's take 448 first.
That's 645?
Correct.
It's this one?
okay.
Okay.
So these are the ones that were incomplete,
Okay.
correct?
But we're just looking at the
Yeah,
waiver.
so the
Yeah.
section 4 on the objection was incomplete, but right now, Mr. Drewswicki, we are just looking at the waiver
Waiver, yeah.
for telephone or written statement. And they do, and so what they do have, so that I can read it out to you, and that is, for their rationale, Mr. Sharp.
Well, this one says they would like to testify because
They're
they're
out of
located out of state
Right.
by telephone. I believe that that would be a legitimate reason to accept telephone testimony. Any other discussion on that issue?
I guess I have a point I'd like to make. With all the tax reps, I would say 90% of those or more are gonna be out of state. So we basically require them to look at the property before they talk to us. So in the large instance of these ones where, in this case where they're from Arizona, they haven't even seen the property to review it. So what they're saying a little bit disingenuous. It's a little bit that it's inconvenient for them. And I don't believe that inconvenience is something that we should take into consideration, as far as my opinion goes.
Okay.
Folks, can you mute the mics in that room when people that are calling in are talking? Okay, I think that's much better.
A lot of these might, I'm sorry, what was the question again? A lot of these probably will be by Zoom, won't they?
No, he's actually asking right now because I think he's getting too much.
Yeah, and
information.
okay, yeah.
So I think if you're not talking, just move your mic away from your mouth. Hopefully that'll work.
It's kind of hard to hear Russ. Russ is coming in kind of jumbly, I think, so.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's on his end, I think.
Okay, any other,
So this one, Russ's point was just that this is the owner and that's a tax agent.
Yeah.
Just for clarification. I can read the criteria again if you'd like me to, it's up to you all.
yeah, why don't you read the criteria for a telephone?
Sure, just as a reminder, the criteria on our policy is the owner's stated reason for the request as indicated in the form, fairness to the parties, the property owner's ability to procure in-person oral testimony and any due diligence exhibited by the property owner in procuring such testimony, the ability to cross-examine the person or persons providing the testimony, the BOR's technical capacity to honor the request, and any other factors that the BOR deems pertinent to deciding the request.
Okay, any other discussion on this waiver request? Okay, I'd entertain a motion.
So I think I'm gonna differ with Russ on this one. To me, it's more the case, the quality of the case that the person is making on behalf of their client, and whether they visited the property or not will show up in their justification as they make their case. And so I think the fact that they are distant, I would motion to approve the request.
We have a motion to approve the request. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Certainly. So I have a motion and a second to approve the request. And Mr. Azier,
Yay?
Mr. Drzwicki,
Aye.
Mr. Sharp,
Aye.
Mr. Blumrick.
Aye.
That carries 4-0.
Okay.
This is the other one, same individuals, but property is the, is it South, just South?
It is a 0 South Irwin, parcel number 17-444, Friar House Flats, same entity.
It says the same thing.
Okay, just same property owner, same representative. The basis for the request, telephone, would like to testify by telephone due to being located out of state. So it's the same as the previous one. If there's no other discussion, then I would entertain a motion.
I would so move.
Second.
So move to accept?
Accept.
Accept, okay. Call the roll, clerk?
So I have a motion and a second to approve the waiver for telephone or sworn witness statement. Mr. Azier,
Aye.
Mr. Drzwicki,
Aye.
Mr. Sharp,
Aye.
Mr. Blumrick.
Aye.
That carries 4-0. Oh, and the last one that we have is, this is at 410 Prairie Avenue, Buckeye Terminals. They are being represented by an agent. We can talk more about that form when we discuss the objections themselves, but their request for written testimony has been, or telephone testimony or sworn written testimony is, it should be in there,
Yeah, where is it?
it might be in the back. So it's the last page of that Buckeye Terminal document. And their reason, they want to testify by telephone, basis for request, exclusive of land, typical petroleum product terminal valuations are currently at $10 per barrel or less. The facility is currently being assessed, so see the attached PDF. So that is the rationale for testifying by telephone.
Really,
I don't, yeah.
go ahead.
I was say, I don't see any reason that the testimony need to be by telephone included in that. They're making their case rather than making a case as to why it would show up by telephone.
Agree. It says here, see attached PDF for further support.
And that's those documents ahead of that last page?
So really, there was nothing else to justify telephone testimony other than what's written here?
I think what you
I
see
didn't
is
see
what you
anything
get.
else in here compared to the, okay. Any other discussion?
So this is not a challenge that's going direct to circuit court?
No, this is a telephone request again,
So
There is not a request for it at this time.
telephone waiver
Okay.
request. Any other discussion? I kind of agree that I don't see anything in this justification for not being here and doing telephone. I would entertain a motion.
I move to deny the waiver.
Do we have a second?
A second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Yes, thank you. So we have a motion to deny this request for parcel number 18-4. Mr. Asia,
Aye.
Mr. Drewswicki,
Aye.
Mr. Sharp,
Aye.
Mr. Blumrick.
Aye.
That carries 4-0.
Okay, next on the agenda is consideration with possible action on notices of intent to file objections. Do we have any,
This is where we were gonna review for completeness, is that all right?
Yes, so at this time, what we should do is we have the three, well, actually four. So what the board needs to do is basically review those objections to make sure that they are reasonably complete. Mr. Drewswicki and Mr. Sharp, I'm going to very quickly email these to you because I had in my head we were doing this on Thursday. So I'm going to just check your email on 2 shakes. I will email these documents to you.
Pause if you want.
Yeah, how about if we take, I'm sorry, I'm not running this meeting.
why don't we take a break, a quick break, and then we'll resume, and maybe they have a chance to look at some of these.
Could you remind everybody that we're gonna stay in session until 11 o'clock, the mandatory 2 hours?
Yeah.
We'll take a 10-minute break.
We'll take a 10-minute break now. We'll be in session until
At least.
about 11 o'clock or so to complete our 2 hours. So let's take a brief break. Do these all have to be,
Fine, I'm just gonna shut these off. So I think,
wasn't there one there that wasn't,
so I think we
All right, mine just arrived.
I've got mine as,
There you go. Okay. And so, Mr. Pollock, can you hear us?
I turned yours on as well.
Nope. Mr. Pollock, can you unmute yourself so you can hear? That's odd. Let's try this. Mr. Pollock, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, great, okay. 'Cause I was muted. Okay, so hi, and you are here for 645 South Irwin and 0 South Irwin, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, how would you all like to proceed?
Is,
We already heard his, go ahead, sir.
You want to fill in
let
where
me,
we are?
You want to fill in where we are? We already
yeah,
heard his.
which one, give me that, you know,
He's
the-
0 South Irwin, so he's a Firehouse Flats.
oh, okay.
These are the ones that you granted his,
Oh, yeah, we did not,
we granted, right?
Correct. We granted that one.
well, this one this one we did, yeah. Okay. Mr. Pollock?
Yes, sir.
We granted your request for telephone presentation, objection by telephone. We approved that, and we will hear that objection on Thursday.
Oh, okay. So rescheduled to Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was scheduled for Thursday. Today, we just met and went over, and we reviewed your request for telephone testimony, and we did approve it for both your
Okay.
parcels. So you will be able to testify by telephone on Thursday.
Okay. And do I call back in to the same number or? What's the best bet?
I'll take that. Yes, Mr. Pollak, so the information that's on the notice and that's also in the agenda is using this particular Zoom meeting, that same Zoom meeting that you got into today, so that will be active on Thursday. And just to let you know, Mr. Azier, he's our chairperson. So we divided our Board of Review into 2 meetings. This is our first meeting to basically get organized and do the particulars, verify documents, verify participation, et cetera. And then on Thursday, we're going to actually do the work of hearing the objection. So that's why it's divided into 2 parts.
Oh, okay, so same time Thursday.
Correct. And so,
Does he
and,
have a time yet?
no, so we, he does not have a time to appear on Thursday.
Okay.
So it should be here at the start of the meeting.
Yeah, we will meet at 9 o'clock Thursday, Green Bay time.
Okay, sounds great.
All righty? Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Huh?
Bye-bye.
I guess one question comes to mind, are we still going to have him fill out the form completely, the objection form?
Russ, he already did fill out the objection form?
He filled out the section completely?
Oh, no, oh, that, yes, no, he did not. So,
Okay, so that is one of the requirements to appear at the Board of Review. And you've already given him a time or a date to come. It's gotta put the
No,
cart
we
before
didn't
the
give him a
horse.
time. We just told him we would meet on Thursday. I guess we could have mentioned, yeah, but we'll just wait till Thursday and we'll discuss the fact that the form was not completed.
Well, the problem with that is that you're gonna allow him to appear, you're giving him a hearing when technically you shouldn't be talking to him if he doesn't fill out the form completely.
It's item J. You guys decided to hear for completeness on
Yeah.
Thursday instead of doing that today.
Right.
Then we'll make a list.
We rely on that information.
Well, I mean, we can, before he shows up, we can, we can discuss the completeness of the form, because that was one of the things on the agenda today that we delayed until Thursday.
I would
Okay?
strongly suggest you don't delay that till Thursday and take care of that today.
You can resume and review them if you want now. I think
Yeah.
the issue, Russ, not all the board members had the documents when we started. So if
Yeah.
you want to do the completeness, that's up to the chair to change. Yeah, they have them now. Otherwise, originally he decided to move them to Thursday, which is fine.
Yes.
I have no objection to reviewing the completeness of the form
Well, you don't have.
and lack thereof right now. I haven't looked at it now.
Item J,
okay, just give me 1 second to get there.
you'll have to go through each submittal.
Just give me 1 second.
So I think if you want to do the completeness.
Yeah,
Motion to resume at item J.
if we would like to take up the completeness of the objection form now, I would entertain a motion to reconsider.
So moved.
We're just going to resume for item J.
Do we have a motion?
Yeah, and I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and second. All in favor? Or let's call the roll. Why don't we call the roll on that?
Give me 1 second. Okay, Mr. Azier,
Aye.
Mr. Drewzwicki,
Aye.
Mr. Sharp,
Aye.
and Mr. Blumrick.
Aye.
Okay, that's 4-0.
So we're resuming at letter J?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's my opinion that the incompleteness of the form does not give the assessor's office a fair way to respond or even address the concern. A lack of information render, I think, the dispute invalid just due to lack of information. Doesn't mean you can't appeal the next time, but that when I look at this from a compliance perspective, we don't have anything on to without this form being filled incomplete.
Celestine, can you, when we're speaking, can you just try to mute your Zoom meeting, not the mic, to actually mute the meeting? Because I really can't hear what Eric or Russ are saying.
Okay.
Noise coming through on our end. Side mic.
You know, I think, you know what I think might be, maybe mute this mic. Yeah, I got it.
We can do it.
Now ask me if that's better.
Is this better? Can you less back?
Trying.
noise?
All right, let's see, can you guys hear me? No,
Yeah,
it's-
we can
it's
hear
still
you.
echo.
Is that better, Mr. Sharp?
No, it's not better for the participants on the Zoom call.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing that problem because we're not getting any background feedback, anything here.
Yes, it's very difficult to hear what the participants are saying on the Zoom call. I can hear you guys, I just can't hear Eric and Russ. It's just a echo.
Can you
I
still
think you
still
might
hear
have
us?
done something there that helped it.
Wait, can you still hear me?
Yeah, the mics in the room must echo us back, which is why they don't hear it.
Whatever you did, it sounds a lot better now.
Yeah, what I did is I
they can't
muted
hear us.
that.
But they're muted. Yeah.
Yeah, just a song, just a
Well,
song.
we'll just have
Eric
the meeting,
and,
those guys can just do whatever.
I mean, they can do like we do and mute and unmute.
right, I muted it,
Yeah,
so they
you're
can't hear
muted
us.
now, Celestine, on your side. It shows you guys as muted in the Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Wait, but I just want to make sure. Eric and Jesse, can you hear
you're
me
muted.
now?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, she's yelling at us now.
Yeah, that's the only way they can hear.
Well, I can actually understand what you guys are saying now, so that's a nice change.
There's not much we can do about it. I don't.
Yeah, that
I don't-
feedback-
Well, while they're fixing that, the real fast recap of what I said.
Try and mute.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
no.
problem. Whatever you just did, that's the problem. When you're muted, we can hear each other. When you unmute, we can't hear each other.
Well, I'll just give
You
the
might
really fast recap while they're muted. I pretty much said the incompleteness of the form makes it impossible for the assessors to fairly respond to it or even have adequate information to be able to
What part
respond.
of it, what part of it is what part of it is incomplete?
The section 4 where we ask what they purchased the property for, if they've done any improvements, if there's been an appraisal on the property, really detailed information that would help us. And this isn't a property that's just been rehabbed over the past couple of years, so there is a lot of information there we don't have.
This is the Friar House one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and even the valuation is kind of, there's no comps. It's just, here's my income statement and I'm gonna divide it by my cost of capital.
yeah.
That's it. Is that normal?
For a property like that, it's fairly normal, yes. The problem is, we've asked for this information for them twice already through the clerk's office, and they've refused to give it to us.
So they won't tell you what they've put into it.
Right. We just have the building permits, but that isn't always correct.
So just me, but I think the proper approach would be that when the individual appears by phone tomorrow or Thursday, we should just inform that in order for us to actually review and appeal, this information will need to be completed. And in absence of that, we can't actually hear the appeal.
Okay, I'm having a hard time understanding Eric when it's not muted in the group there, in that room.
hearing each other.
Okay.
We're not going to do any more business today until you're all here on Thursday and we can discuss it further. So I would now entertain another motion that we delay review, motion that we delay review of the completion of the objection form Do I have a motion on that?
You can wait if you want on that one. Let me get yours. Hold on.
Do we have a
So
second?
moved.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay,
We
good.
still have to remain in session till.
Yeah, we'll remain in session, but there's no sense fighting that.
We'll take turn the mics off here, and we're gonna send a note to IT, see if we can work on it so we don't have the same problem on Thursday.
Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm gonna mute this mic. Right, and just make sure that, mute this mic now. Now, so now you're gonna see if you can hear each other.
I'll test.
Right, Eric. Go ahead, Eric.
Yep, I can hear.
I can hear. It's still doubled up though.
Yeah, we're still getting the echo.
Right, okay. So we're still, waiting, and to basically go through the rest of the meeting, which is essentially adjourning at 11 o'clock. So, yeah, thank you for holding tight, and I'll make sure this issue is fixed for Thursday. I wasn't even looking.
Yeah,
Does that one need to be on?
yeah, it'd
You
be
check-
third
Can you
in.
just check the audio? Can you all hear us on Zoom? Perfect.
Okay.
You can convene to adjourn. We are still in the session.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to adjourn until May 18th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, see you all Thursday.
You can hit stop.